Today, I've got an exciting new build for you that's going to blow your mind. This build is packed with damage power, and if you execute it perfectly, you can take down bosses in a single hit. I'm talking massive damage potential. I will call this build for one-shot Bonka Beaver 3000. Yes, this is the legit name. But enough about that, let's jump right in. In this video, I use a mod that displays exact damage numbers and provides more detailed effect descriptions. This mod called Effect Detail Description. Check the link down below if you want to grab it for yourself. Alright, to make this build work, there are a few steps you need to follow. First, you need to summon your clones, go invisible, take some medicine to boost your damage, drink Gourd, then charge up your attack, and boom, go bonk on the boss. I know, it sounds like a lot, but I'll guide you through it step by step. Let's start with the weapon. For this build, we're using the Jingubang staff. Yep, the iconic staff you get from finishing Act 6. I chose this weapon because it allows us to deal massive damage easy, without losing the fourth focus point before hitting the enemy. Plus, the Jingubang comes with a 6% crit rate, and we will be needing every little crit rate we can get to one-shot a boss. Next, let's talk about armor. Of course, we're going for the Yaksha armor set. This set gives you a 25% attack damage boost when you have the full set equipped. Sure, it has weak damage reduction, but who needs defense when you're aiming to be a glass cannon, right? Now, let's move on to relics. If you are on your first playthrough, I'd recommend the following relics. Keen Insight, 15% crit damage. Whistling Wind, 10% attack boost after a perfect dodge. Lingering Aroma, 10% damage increase for 15 seconds after casting a spell. Refreshing Taste, 15% crit chance for 5 seconds after taking medicine. This relic passive is why you need to take the medicine right before you use the heavy attack, as it provides a short duration buff. Everlasting Vitality, boosts your HP. Unified Minds, this is the key to our one-shot mechanic. This one makes your clone deal the exact same heavy attack damage at the same time as you. For passives, max out your crit chance, crit damage, and smashing stance skill tree. You can skip the last node of smashing stance skill tree if you don't have enough point, since it does not give much value to this build. For skills, invest in Cloud Step, Concealed Observation, which stacks 4% crit chance per second while you're in Cloud Step, up to 10 times 40% crit chance. Also, grab Thunderstrike for running and charging simultaneously. Don't forget to put the rest of your points into your clones, especially Insult to Injury, to maximize damage after casting a spell. Invest in Immobilize spell too, since this one can give you room for stacking up your buff. For your spirit, I suggest Gore-Eye Dowers, because it gives you an attack buff when you're near your aura. The downside is that you will lose buff if you're too far away. Alternatively, Snake Sheriff Spirit offers a more reliable damage boost, but at the cost you 100% minus defense, perfect for being a glass cannon. Medicine is the secret sauce to making this build work. You'll need to craft Enhanced Ginseng Pellets, gives you a full 4 focus stack instantly. Long Aura Amplification Pellets. This medicine boosts your attack damage by 15, crit by 15%, and crit damage by 20% for 75 seconds. Enhanced Tiger Subduing Pellets adds another 15 attack damage. And the last but not least, Septenary Heartfire Pill. This one gives you cooldown reset on your spells to let you re-summon your clones. This alone lets you deal massive damage with your clones. Next up, the Gourd. Use the Immortal Blessing Gourd and slot in Long Bomb to increase your damage further. And for soaks, use Breath of Fire for a 20% attack damage boost when you come out of Cloud Step, and Tiger Relic for an extra 5% crit chance. The last 2 slots are situational. Go for Slumbering Beetle Husk to reduce cooldowns when fighting a long boss fight who has many faces. Mount Lingtai Seedlings for longer clone durations. If you need more health recovery, grab the Purple Veined Peach Pit. Now, let's talk about the fun part and why you are here for, the buff sequence and how to deal the most damage. Here's the order. Take your Long Aura Amplification Pellet for a 15 attack damage boost. This lasts 75 seconds. Use the Plantain Fan to stagger the boss. Summon your Gore-Eye Daoist close to the boss. You will need to activate this when the Plantain Fan is staggering the boss. Activate your clones for the first time while the boss is staggered. Now drink your Septenary Hearthfire pill to reset your cooldown and summon your clone again. Go invisible. You need to go invisible here after the clone since you will get a little bit of damage buff. Finally, drink your Gourd. Now, with full focus points, press the heavy attack once and Bonka Beaver mode activated. To sum up my thoughts on this build, it is a great way to deal damage to the boss before engaging in battle yourself. You let the clones go first to distract the enemy while you prepare your one-shot attack. The downside of this build is lack of defense. You'll be easily one-shot by bosses if you don't time your dodges correctly or make a mistake with any of the steps. It's not a forgiving build if you fail at any of the steps. You might deal some damage, but not as much as you're supposed to. This build is especially weak to bosses with multiple phases. If you use up everything in the first phase, you won't be able to execute the same strategy in the second phase. So I suggest saving the clone and spirit for the last phase of certain bosses. Try to go invisible and buff your damage, but do not use the Lung Aura amplification pellet until last phase, as you only have one chance to use it before needing to refill. As I mentioned, it's not forgiving if you fail, but if you succeed, you will deal massive damage. You might not one-shot most of the boss when you progress further in the game, but this alone will let you deal massive damage before the boss even know what the heck is going on. And that's it! The ultimate build for taking down bosses in a single hit. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe if you want more builds like this. Drop a comment below with your thoughts or any variations you'd like to see or what you're playing. See you in the next video. See ya!